Alright, so first basic tools, flathead screwdriver and a Phillips screwdriver. So the flathead, these are both great for taking off screws, but the flathead comes in handy when you are pulling a hose off a carburetor or off the back of a gas tank. You get behind the hose and you can pry up, and that'll help get the hose off. So I always have these two on me. Next we got pliers. So these are just regular needle nose pliers. They're good for taking off the little metal clips and other things that you need to pull on. And these are long needle nose pliers. You can really get into tight spots, and if you put something back together, sometimes you can't get these in there, but you can get these long skinny ones in there to adjust something if you need to. And we got channel locks. They're an overall good tool. When you're taking a bolt off the back of something, using a socket or an impact, you can use this to hold the other side. They're adjustable. They're a quick tool if you need something to hold in place or pry something off or anything like that. They're always good to have. Then we got the adjustable wrench. So there's always spots where there's bolts that you can't get a socket on, so you can use an adjustable wrench. I just have this because it's quick and I don't have to go through a bunch of wrenches, and it works just fine. So I can adjust to what I need to, and that works out great for me. Then we have the wire strippers, and I also have dikes. I don't have them in this video, or diagonal cutters and wire strippers. So the wire strippers are great for kill switches and other little wiring. A lot of times the connections are corroded, so you can use a pair like this where it goes down to like 18 gauge wire, very small wire. Strip it back, put them on new connections, make sure everything's good to go. Then we have zip ties. So I always replace the metal clips on hoses almost all the time with zip ties. They're a lot easier to do, they're a lot easier to work with. You can get them really tight and they're not going to break off, they're going to last for a while. There's other things that zip ties are good for. They're always good to have around when you're working on small engines. You're going to need them. Then we have this guy. So this is a basic wiring kit. It's got all these different little connectors in it, wire nuts, little connectors that you use for kill switches and other things. They're great. Got more stuff on the back side, some zip ties, more tools, wire nuts. So this kit was like 20-30 bucks on Amazon, and it works out really well. Then we got just your standard socket set. So then we got your standard socket set. So this comes with a wrench, all the socket wrench. So this comes with a socket wrench and all the other sockets that you'll need. This one's done great for me. It just doesn't have the socket for the spark plugs, but I have separate sockets for that. But just this little kit, it's really good and makes things a lot easier. And then I got my impact. I also have a drill. You don't have to buy Milwaukee, you can buy whatever brand you want, but the important thing about this is how quickly you can get things done with it. There's some things that need to be tightened by hand, but this is great. And then you get these little fittings where you can put sockets onto, and it makes taking things apart a lot quicker. Also use flathead Phillips tips, so that's a good thing to have if you want to get things done efficiently. Then here's one of the funnels I have. This one's got a smaller opening. You always need a funnel for replacing oil, adding gas sometimes. There's always uses for funnels. And this small opening is great for like pressure washer pumps because it goes in the little hole really easily, and it makes the job a lot less messy and a lot quicker. Then we got our cleaners and things like that. So right here is a can of WD-40. This stuff's great for anything that's rusted. I always spray it on the springs, screws that won't come out, or screws that look too rusted. Just put this in there and it's a good way to lubricate it up and get it out easier. And we have my favorite degreaser and engine detailer. This thing works great for shining things up and also cleaning it. It's made by Gunk. I'm not sponsored by them or anything. I just found that it's the best brand that works for me. And then we have the Carburetor Cleaner. I use this brand because I can buy it in bulk on Amazon and it's not that expensive. I usually buy 6 at a time. Carburetor Cleaner is a must-have when working on carburetors. If you don't have an ultrasonic cleaner or an air compressor, most of the time you can get away with Carburetor Cleaner and a wire, so that's a huge thing. And then for cleaning, just straight dirt and grease and all that stuff, when I'm not trying to make it look shiny necessarily, just trying to get all that stuff off. Simple Green's the best product I've used to really get down and get that stuff out. And I buy it in a gallon bottle and then mix it with water in this bottle, and it works great. And then we have the Ultrasonic Cleaner. So there's a lot of different brands out there. This one's worked all right for me. It's just from Harbor Freight. Ultrasonic cleaners are great for taking rust off things. Put your liquid inside there, turn it on, and it literally evaporates, gets rid of the rust. It attacks stuff. I throw the whole carburetor in there a lot of times, and that's quick too. And then the last couple things. This is an attachment for the air hose. It's got the spot to fill in with the tires right here. It's great. So this attachment for the air hose, got the spot to fill in the tires. And there's the attachment telling you how much PSI you have. This is great for filling tires with air. I like to use this a lot. And then the last thing, I know everyone doesn't have one, but I have my air compressor with this nozzle on it. It's great for shooting dirt off of the engine itself when you first get it. It's good for